So we are with a client who owns this particular television. Now, this is a LG television. What is the model number?
It's a, as I recall, it's a 47LK520.
Okay. What size is this TV?
This one is 47 inches, and it's an LCD.
It's an LCD.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this 3D capable?
No.
Is it a smart television?
Yes.
So it can be connected to the internet?
That's correct.
You don't know? You don't know if it's a smart television? That's okay. That's okay. We don't know. We're going to take a look at that. The remote control for the television, do you have any issues operating that? Let's take a look at that remote.
Well, I'm still learning how to operate it. I'm all thumbs sometimes, but it seems to be better and more user-friendly than ones I've seen in the past.
Okay, well, just judging from the remote control, this probably is not a smart television, and that's okay. All right.
Well, it's smarter,
it's a smart television.
Smarter than I am.
Well, smart television being that it's internet connected, I should have used the right term. Okay, so tell me about the amount of research that you did when you were looking to make a purchase of a television.
Well, I probably did more than most people, but I did very little compared to what I normally do. Our older television, which the cathode ray tube broke, so I had 2 days, according to my wife, to get a new one. So we shopped around. I went to 3 different stores. I went to the library to do some homework to see, what the pros or cons are. I have a friend in the business who installs TVs and alarm systems and so forth. I spoke to him about what to look for, and it was pretty easy after that. I basically ended up shopping for quality, and I shopped for price, and I didn't get the top of the line, but I got the LG, which a lot of people thought was number 2, and the price worked out well.
Okay, well, that explains the answer to my next question, which is why did you buy it? How many retail outlets did you go to during the process of shopping for a TV?
I went to 3, and I really found the best deal at one particular place, but they couldn't bring it out and install it for another week, and I needed one, right away. So I went to my next backup place, which the price wasn't that much different, and we just put it in ourselves.
Okay. Do you have high definition television service connected to this TV?
No, I don't.
Now, currently that television is sitting right on a tabletop, so it has a tabletop stand. And you and I have had conversations regarding, the installation of this TV. You were contemplating putting it inside of the cabinet behind the TV or putting it on a wall. Now, how long have you had this television?
I've had it now for a month. It's sitting on the on the stand because I've since decided to mount it on the wall. So the cabinet that's behind it is going to be reused. I'm going to take it apart and use it for storage using the lower section only.
You were debating heavily with yourself about whether to modify that cabinet that's currently behind the TV for the television to sit on top of, and comparing that with installing it on the wall. What caused you to decide to go ahead and install it on the wall in the future?
2 things really. Get a little more distance between where we view it from and the screen itself, but the biggest thing was the collateral equipment that is necessary for it. We have obviously the hookup from the satellite, and then I have a surround sound amplifier, and I needed to get some room for those to be placed somewhere. So by putting this on the wall, I'm going to be able to set those on top of the cabinet and still have room inside the cabinet for CDs and a lot of other material.
So you're going to have a cabinet sitting beneath the television?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that you wanted to try to get a little more distance between the television and yourself when you're watching. Tell me why you said that.
I just felt it would be a little more comfortable. I did do a little homework, and the viewing distance right now is adequate according to the specs.
What is the viewing distance?
We've got about 8 to 8.5 feet, but this will put it at 10 feet, and I just thought because of the size of the TV, it would just be even better.
Okay. Now, when you mount it on the wall, are you going to mount it at the same height that it's standing now, or are you going to mount it considerably higher? What are you going to do?
It's going to be a little bit higher. Right now, the bottom of the TV is about 2.5 inches from the floor. I'm going to kick
2.5 inches from the floor?
I'm sorry, 2.5 feet from the floor. I'm going to kick it up to about, it'll be a distance of 3.5 feet from the floor.
Okay, so you're going to raise the television up 12 inches from what it is right now. And you feel like that's going to be a comfortable height?
I think so.
Okay.
What I've never liked are the TVs, which are very common now, that people mount very high in a house, above fireplaces and so forth. So I'm sort of finding a happy medium.
Now, the old television that's broken, is it sitting in that cabinet?
No, it weighed about 125 pounds. It was a monster, and I persuaded some friends of mine to haul it out, and we took it to the dump.
Okay. Did you call the dump before you took it out there?
Yes, I did. I checked with them. They recycle.
Okay. Did they do that for you free of charge? So, from an installation standpoint, I know what your skills and capabilities are, but our viewers do not, and probably don't care too much. You had the option of having this professionally installed by the retailer that you purchased it through, or
That's correct.
And you're choosing to do it probably yourself. Is it because you have the skills to do it yourself, or is it because another reason?
Well, it's another reason. As I mentioned, we needed it set up immediately, not a week later when they would do it. And so I got it home, and even though I'm borderline incompetent when it comes to electronics, it was reasonably easy to set up.
Okay. Now, knowing what you know about this television and about flat screen televisions, so forth and so on, if you were to go back out into the market today, would you do anything differently, or would you probably wind up buying this very same TV?
I'm very pleased with the size, and I'm very pleased with the quality of it. When you're shopping, you can look at a lot of TVs that are on at the same time in the stores, but whether one's sharper than the other, that just might happen to be the day and how old the TV is. But this one did seem to be a little bit better than some of the others, and so far it's just been wonderful. It's a great TV. Is
there anything about this TV you wish was different?
Nothing about the TV, but the instruction manual, usually they're an inch thick, and you just can't even wade through them. Well, this thing is very, very sparse in detail. It gives you just the basics, which for me works fine to get it operating, but if you want to know how to do things and how to work your way around the control, you've got to figure it out yourself. It just doesn't tell you.
Okay, well, those are some interesting points. We appreciate you watching this video. There's a website link right below the video. There's more information there. Thank you.